I'm Liv, and welcome to another Pandemic Parley. Today is actually my last day of furlough, so I do talk about furlough a bunch. I do drink a little booze during this video, so if you have any issues with hearing about furlough or seeing booze be consumed, then maybe you might want to skip this. If you do want to hang out, I did this makeup look, which I'm super psyched about. It was to match my ears. I just felt like being colorful, myself, loud and proud today. Last day of furlough. Super psyched. If you just came to see my face and say hi and hear some good news, then we're gonna pop into good news now. And today the good news is generated by me and my friends at Charly's Bakery in Cape Town, South Africa, which is my hometown. This weekend is Mother's Day weekend. You of course are watching this video far later, I'm sure, whenever I get it edited. But one of the things that I wanted to do on furlough was to draw attention to the fact that there are places around the world that are suffering due to this pandemic, and that because of the power of the dollar, it's still powerful right now, we can have a really truly great impact on these places. So Charly's Bakery, it's run by a friend that I went to high school with, Alex, and her sister and her mom. The bakery was started by her parents and then her dad passed away, and so now her and her sister are part of running this bakery. They employ 25 people, many of whom are the sole breadwinners of their families, and with South Africa's lockdown, they have been shut down for 5 weeks, and I don't think that they have the same unemployment stuff that we do. The country is not set up the same way. They're in dire need of our help. You can get actual things. They have basically the South African version of a GoFundMe or something like that. It's called a Jumpstart something. I don't know. I'll put the link down below. But if you want an actual item, you can get stickers, you can get hats and aprons and fun things like that. You can also get experiences. So after all this is over, if you ever want to visit them in Cape Town, you will have the experience of a lifetime. There's all sorts of stuff that you can do to contribute, and I've linked that down below. So my good news is that I've been able to set up the Mucking and Phasing Mother's Day virtual 5K. We were featured on CBS News Denver, and I'll list that down below. To work on my lung health, to be active, and to share that with the community around me, it seemed perfect. And all of this is in honor of moms everywhere who are kind of having a different Mother's Day than expected this year, and to benefit a truly wonderful establishment. Seriously, they're such an amazing establishment that a TV show was actually made about them. I've linked the first episode down below and it's available on YouTube for free. Anyways, if that's all you came for, then thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. If you want to see how I did this look, then let's get to it. Hello world, welcome to my final day of furlough. I'm happy, sad, lots of things. Either way, I'm gonna get colorful. I picked these ears because we're gonna match them. I'm gonna do, let me remember, gold, green, and blue on the lid with a cut crease to purple. And that's most of the colors that are on there. Okay, so this is a pandemic parley because it's my last day of furlough. So we're gonna have some chitty chat time. I was mostly, okay. So I said I was gonna get a lot of stuff done on my furlough. What did I get done? I got a lot done actually. I spent about 3 to 4 hours, sometimes more, 3, 4, 5 hours a day cleaning, organizing, stuff like that in a very relaxed fashion. Should we zoom in a teensy bit? Yeah, there we go. So I did that in a very relaxed fashion. I hung out, I had music on, or I had TV shows on, and I organized lots of things. I organized our fitness area, organized my downstairs cosmetic area, and our crafting costume area, and a portion of the basement. So now we have a workout space, and the garage. So now we can hook up the TRX in the garage. So I got a lot done. I didn't get as much done as my wildest dreams, which would have somehow been to do the costume section of the basement, which is, I'd say, over a third of the basement, maybe a half of the basement is costumes. So that wasn't my wildest dreams, but I think I'm gonna need Patrick's help with that. Did really well. I did a bunch of dancing. I did not use that Steezy app that I got. I tried to a couple times, but I didn't connect with a lot of the instructors, didn't love them. And some of the flow, I think because it was recorded with the intent of being a digital class, it felt less like it was an actual class and more like they'll get it or they'll press rewind and go again. You know what I mean? They would just here's a move, and move on. What I did do was a lot of Instagram live dance classes with this A-Rod. I think his name is Anthony. I'll just say that. And he's so good. I've loved his Instagram lives. I love the one so much that I did it for the entire first week. I filmed it and I did it a bunch of of times. Obviously, I didn't share the video with anyone. I've given him money, so I just filmed it for my own purposes so that I could keep watching it after the 24 hours, and I'm not going to share it with anyone. Okay. So it was such a good dance, and I've had such a great time in his classes. There's one today actually. It actually probably aired an hour ago, but I'm gonna do my makeup and then I'll jump on it later because it'll be available for 24 hours. And I think that one, because he's used to teaching live dance classes, and two, because he has people there live on the stream with him, he'll check in and be like, is everyone okay? Everyone got it? Okay, 4 times was good? All right, we're moving on. So it feels like you have more of an interaction, and even watching it later, it's like, that's okay. Probably there were people in the class who were potentially at a similar level to me, so I'll be able to follow along. And sometimes I do replay it, but it's fine. So I've been loving those. I got a hula hoop that I ordered about a month ago. Just by the way, to reward myself on my final day of furlough, I'm having a boozy coffee. It's candy cane coffee that Patrick got me for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I've never made because he doesn't do candy cane or peppermint anything. So I made this for myself, and I have some coffee liqueur and some coffee Jamisons in it, cold brew Jamisons. Oh, it's so good. So here's the deal. My furlough, obviously Patrick was still waking up and going to work. So I woke up with him every day at 6:30. We did a workout from 7 to 8. He started work at 8. We would take a break and go for a run. Come back, I would shower, and then I would either do my dance class or I would start with my work for the day, which would be the organizing or whatever. And then at some point I would let myself sit outside for an hour or two and work on videos and things like that. So this time passed really quickly, as expected, and very productively, and I'm very happy with it. I didn't get everything I'd hoped to get done, but I got just enough, and I'm good with it. And so I was feeling good, and I wasn't necessarily nervous about going back. And then Patrick and I were talking about it, and he was like, his only worry would be, what if it's like, oh, we didn't cut costs enough for this quarter, so we're gonna have to furlough people again or something like that, which would be a concern. That's fair. But I think my worry is more that I'll go back to work and it'll be crazy because everyone's getting surgeries now, and so it'll just be slammed and really busy. Or the ultimate fear, like being busy is fine, but the ultimate fear would be like, oh, we're really busy, everyone come back into the office. That's what I'm terrified of, really. I wanna let me work. I'll be productive here at home where I'm safe. Let me work. I am super productive at home. I am very disciplined independently. You know what I mean? Like I and even more so because I'm scared. I just let me work at home and be safe. So what else? Oh, my hula hoop. I'm all over the place. Okay, so my hula hoop arrived, and I'd ordered this a while ago. I had ordered a hula hoop that a friend recommended. She's teeny tiny. She's under 5 foot, and she's like 90 pounds. And so I ordered the hula hoop that she has, which is of course for a teeny tiny person. I didn't know at the time. So then I ordered another hula hoop from a local place, and it's enormous, but it really helped me actually like get into it. And then at that same time, I'd ordered a hula hoop, a 38-inch, from a place in Washington, maybe? I'm not sure. It finally arrived while I was on furlough, and it's the perfect hula hoop. I hit 100 hoops, or hulas, whatever. 100 times around, I managed it, and today I even got 140. So I need to get this on camera, and then my coach at gym is going to give me a free beverage. It's really, really fun, though. I don't know if people do hula hooping around your waist just a bunch much, or if they do more of the tricks and stuff. I haven't really learned any of the tricks yet. I think it'll be fun, and I'll give that a try, but I just kind of wanted to learn how to hula hoop. You know what I mean? I get fixated on certain things, and then I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's get some eyebrows on here. And I haven't touched my hair until yesterday for 3 weeks, and it's looking pretty great. You can see this is washing out here. And then I just boofed some of the hair dye that I had left over, literally around here and on the bottom at the back, just to because my roots were coming in, and I think that's helped a lot. So I'm interested to see how I can keep this up myself, you know? Because I really am dedicated to continuing to social distance. We're at 75,000 deaths now in the US. And I don't think that's an insignificant number. And granted, any number of deaths is not insignificant to me. Every life is valued. It's not the kind of number that anyone should ignore. So I'm committed to staying home and working out how to make this manageable in the long run, you know? Because this is not going to be forever. As long as we all get through this okay, it's going to be that time that we all have to quarantine, that time that we all dealt with a pandemic, and it'll be a battle badge of strength to say that we went through it and to know that you were one of the people that took it seriously and kept other people safe and wore a mask and all that sort of thing. It's going to be a badge of honor, you know, like people surviving the Great Depression and pulling their families out of it and doing what they had to do. Keep everyone safe. I don't know. That was more blush than expected. Let's go back over. Let's see. One of the other things I did was I signed up for Noom. They had like a free trial for 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, perfect. My furlough is 2 weeks. I'll see how this works for me. And it did not work for me at all. Just wasn't my jam. Wasn't what I like to do. I had really great success losing weight, calorie counting years ago, and kept the weight off mostly. And now I'm sort of struggling with these 15 extra pounds that I don't want. Obviously, ideally, I'd rather be like 30, 40 pounds lighter. But I feel larger than I'm comfortable with, and part of it is the vegan vegetarian thing I'm still struggling with, and blah blah blah. So that's one thing for my furlough. I was hoping that I'd have a better time with some weight loss. Okay, let's get to some makeup, like the fun part of the makeup at least. Okay, what color purple is that? Let's do grape. Sounds delicious. Let's do grape. So I'm going to put grape all over my eyelid. No, I'm not. All over my transition area. I'm going to boof it up here. Why do I keep doing my face first? Because now I'm going to get eyeshadow all over and I'm going to be all bummed. I don't know. This looked a little more blue purple in the pan. I'm not a fan of red and pink purples because I look bruised, but it's okay. Another goal I had while I was furloughed, I'm not even sure if I talked about it. Back then, it was just a goal that popped up, was to run every day. So I've been running basically 0.6 of a mile with Patrick every day. And we've actually extended it to like a mile and a quarter. And so he and I have been talking about, so I know I mentioned this in a color picker playtime, but I'll go into it again. We'd been talking about doing a 5K and we didn't want to pay money for one because we wanted it to go to something beneficial rather than like getting a t-shirt or a medal, you know what I mean? So I made a Mother's Day virtual 5K and made it to benefit my friends in South Africa who run a bakery that is a really fantastic bakery, and fantastic in the sense also that they donate to charities too, and that they train underprivileged people on how to work with a bakery, employ a staff of 25 people, many of whom are the sole breadwinners for the family. So super amazing. And the reporter who did my Life Day video expressed interest in doing a video on this, and she did, and it was really lovely. And I filmed the color picker playtime yesterday where I was talking about it, and I was texting with people and everything at the same time because it was sort of spur of the moment. And she was like, you know, what would be ideal is to have someone from the bakery interview as well. And I was like, let's make this happen really fast. So Alex from the bakery was able to do the interview, and it was so beautiful to watch that this morning. It aired this morning, 5:30, 6:30 on CBS Denver. So it was really, really cool to watch everyone's interviews. And Ashley, the wife of one of my coaches at my gym, she also interviewed, and she's amazing. She's in a Air Force Reserve, and she's a mom of 3, so couldn't be more pertinent. And she's doing the event too. She's going to be doing the 5K this weekend. I think I'm going to buff out the edge of this with a smaller brush. This is not smaller. I was using the wrong brush and I didn't even notice. That's what happens when I can't see anything. So this wasn't something that I'd intended to have happen. So it was really wonderful to have it come together and end my furlough with a cool charitable 5K that hopefully makes a difference in the lives of the people who work at Charly's and run Charly's. And I shouldn't have blended this out with that purple. Okay, whatever. I'll keep learning. We're going to take a plum shade and just pat that in here, get some depth. Maybe that'll help with this. So something else that we did today, when we went on our run, we dedicated it to Ahmaud Arbery, who was gunned down while he was running. He's an African-American man in Georgia who was going for a jog. It sounded like his daily jog that he did often. And he was gunned down by a father and son who took it upon themselves to, as they seem to attest, apprehend someone who they thought was responsible for robberies. And this guy, Ahmaud, was African-American, going for his regular jog. So perhaps you've heard the news stories. And And if you want to do this too, I'm sure it's still going. Hashtag I run with Maud, MAUD. And I think the actual amount that they said was 2.23 miles because that is the day that he was shot, February 23rd. Pretty horrific. And it really does make me think about how many people, like I know I'm preaching wearing a mask and I think we all need to wear a mask. We do. And doctors and nurses, medical professionals of all kinds wear masks all the time anyways and keep us safe. So we can do this. We can wear a mask. And at the same time, I can only imagine being a person of color and being told to wear a mask and being afraid for your life. And as a Caucasian person, I know that's not something I have to worry about. And what an awful situation to be in. Wasn't really expecting to get emotional on my last day of furlough, but it's jacked up. Hi, it's me, Editing Liv. I am editing this video from May 8th, super far in the future. It is June 12th now. So much has happened since then, and it's so crazy to listen to myself talk about Ahmaud Arbery, and I went for a run in honor of him, and I posted on social media, and I was outraged at his murder. And yet it was a different world then, and I've been scared to talk about this stuff because I'm a white person. I don't want to say the wrong thing, and I don't entirely know what to say. I know that as a white person, I have privilege, and I've been scared to say anything, scared to say the wrong thing, scared to occupy too much space. Anyways, I'm trying to get over that because I know that to be a good ally, I have to be vocal about this. I have to help the fight, and I have to be one of the loud people. And it's super weird watching myself talk about Ahmaud Arbery and to just remember how I didn't feel like I could make a difference, like anything could happen. And then the outrage and the hubbub that has happened in the US and in the world since then is astounding and awful. The murder of George Floyd, awful. And at the same time, it almost feels like finally there's action. When I went for my run and dedicated it to Ahmaud Arbery, it didn't feel like anything could happen. I couldn't have expected that a month later there would be so much change from the death of another Black man, and I'm so happy that the world is listening. I hope that there are no more deaths for the world to keep listening, you know? Anyways, that's what I get for not editing my videos. Very scary speaking. I'm not the most eloquent person, I wouldn't think. And I don't always feel like I can articulate what I want to say on the spur of the moment. And yet at the same time, I tend to prefer to be a spur of the moment communicator, you know? Like I'm not too great at planning what I'm going to say. So that can get me in a pickle if I say the wrong thing, and that's what I'm afraid of. So for all I know, I've said the wrong thing. Doesn't matter. Black Lives Matter. Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, 5,974, whatever the number is, other people who have been murdered by the police, Black people. And this is what we need to focus on. This is what we need to change. There's so much we need to change. There's so much I'm educating myself on. I barely know anything, and I'm trying to educate myself. I'm trying to do my best. Anyways, let's go back to the past. May 8th. Oof. Or required sound effects. Bloop, 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 bloop. And I might bring this one in quite a bit because I don't like the purple. Okay, look up and pat it out. I did say I was gonna do this like every day, but I really found that my days in furlough disappeared. Like we would work out 7 to 8, then go for a run, and then I would make breakfast. So let's say that's done by like 9:30. And then I would go shower, film a video. Let's say that's done at noon. And then I would go jump on a dance class for an hour. So that's one 1:30. Then I would make lunch, done by like 2, 3. Then I would start doing my work, my organizing, my cleaning, whatever. I would be done by like 5 or 6. And this would vary generally in the day, but it's like, wow, that disappears quickly. You throw in walking the dog a couple times, getting the mail, answering the phone, all like any normal things. It's like your day is gone. It's gone fast. Granted, I understand. I don't have children. I don't have a lot to deal with, a lot of responsibility. So that probably sounds immensely decadent. And I know I'm just describing my situation. Let's see if I'm getting used to this. So, and in saying that, it was that there were a couple of days that I just didn't feel like doing my makeup. Like instead of coming and doing my makeup, I spent a couple hours in the basement dragging boxes around and stuff. You know what I mean? That's where I was going with that. And when I did do my makeup, sometimes I didn't do a time-consuming look necessarily. You know what? I want to Google like what is the best brush for doing a cut crease. I don't actually know this, but maybe a brush that is perfect for this would make this a little easier. Which is not to say it's very hard. It's actually not. But I'm always down for figuring out better ways to do things, you know? Does the left one look brighter than the right one, or is it drying? I think it looks brighter. Let's do just a titch more. So I'm quite excited for the dress up theme for tomorrow. So I just said 90s because last week was 80s. And I was like, all right, let's go up a decade. And the Itch.io show that they're showing was actually a performance at Caduceus Cellars, Cellars as in wine cellar, which is owned by Maynard, the lead singer of Tool. So in honor of Tool, I picked the 90s as a theme. And then Goldfish, another band I love, they finally announced that they're doing another dance party Zoom thing. And it's going to be Roaring 20s. So if I'd known that, I probably would have picked 20s for the Itch.io show as the theme, but now I'm like, So I'm gonna do a video, 20s to 90s, how to make the look that can combine both. And I have an idea. I have an idea in ways that they fit. Okay, let's let this dry. In the meanwhile, I'm gonna put blue in my waterline because I need a pencil. Should I go get a pencil? I'll go get a pencil. Let's hang out. By pencil, I of course meant sharpener. I swear I'm not drunk, I'm just hyper. An important thing to have, a sharpener. I'm gonna poke myself in the eyeball. All right. You know, I researched like what is a good sharpener, and I got this one, and it still like chunks up my pencil. You know what I mean? Why won't you focus? Okay, nice and sharp and pointy. Let's get some blue in there. Not super sure what I want to do under my eye. Maybe I'll put blue there. I don't know. Okay, now for the fun stuff. I can't see a thing, so we need my glasses. Okay, we're gonna do gold. I think I'll do that gold. And what green? Gold, green, blue. Yeah, gold, green, blue. That looks good to me. You totally couldn't see that. Gold, green, blue. Yeah, let's do it. First things first, some gold. Oh, this is hard to just get on the cut crease. Don't get all over the place, gold. Nice. So I'm rushing a little bit because there's a free show on YouTube, and it's a bunch of artists at Red Rocks. I'm not sure how this is happening. Like, are they local artists or are they all being streamed and they performed at Red Rocks? Something like that. I don't know. I think it's that they're local artists and they're actually going to be taking the stage at Red Rocks, which is weird. I totally went over the cut crease. Dagnabbit. Yeah, it's weird, but maybe they will have access to really good sound and like performance levels. So it'll be like we're watching a live show. That could be interesting. So it's Nathaniel Ratcliffe, The Fray, The Lumineers, Jewel, and Next something. Next? I can't remember who the next band is, but yeah, a whole bunch of people. This is a little bit of a lime green, but I didn't want a green that was too dark right here, to be honest. So anyways, I want to catch the show. I'm going to chillax and have some more coffee and edit some videos while I watch this live stream and feel like I'm at a live show at Red Rocks. If you've ever been to Red Rocks, if you're in Colorado, you probably have. It's a really phenomenal concert venue. If you have not and you come to Colorado, when all this is over, because it's going to be over. Don't worry. It's going to be over. I think that's important for us to remember. It's going to be over. Everything's going to be okay eventually. We just got to be well behaved for now, you know? So if you come visit Colorado, you gotta check out Red Rocks. You gotta check out a show. Something that I think is really, really fun to do, if you just have time to do like one thing and you're here in the summer, just one thing at Red Rocks, is to go to their movie nights. So they'll have a couple local bands, they'll have a comedian often, they'll have some kind of pertinent performance sometimes. So like we went to Purple Rain, the movie, and they had a Prince tribute band, and they had the men's gay choir, I think, and they had a Prince impersonator, and it was really, really fun. And then they screened the movie, and the movies are so fun there because you have like, I don't know, what is it, 10,000 people or something enjoying the experience with you, and like everything, if the movie's a little funny, it's very, very funny with that many people. You know what I mean? Like we saw The Shining. We did, it's called Movies on the Rocks. So we saw The Shining there. And I didn't realize it was a comedy until I saw it with that many people, and it was hysterical. And then we watched the rest of it at home because there's a lot of people, so sometimes we'll sneak out and try to avoid the traffic. And then I was like, oh, this is scarier than I remember. I went over that a little bit too much. Really didn't have much idea how this was going to turn out because I'm just copying my headband, but I'm really having fun with this so far. Another thing that I think of, talking of the Red Rocks concerts, it makes me think of Meow Wolf. So if you've ever been to Meow Wolf, you know how awesome it is. If you haven't and you get to go for a short period of time, I would suggest buying a ticket to whatever show. And this is granting like everything's okay and Meow Wolf survives, which I'm sure they will. I'm sure it's gonna be okay. But anyways, buy a ticket to whatever show is playing the day that you're going. It's really fantastic as a concert venue. It's so magical, and some of the performers get to sort of interact with the exhibit. For the most part, not so, I think. But like Ichio and Dan Deacon, who's played there, they were able to be in the exhibit, and it's probably still my number one favorite Ichio show. Like I lost my mind there. It was actually one of the first things I thought when I went to Meow Wolf for the first time, was that wouldn't it be amazing if Ichio played there? And then they did, and it was like my best dream coming to life. Anyways, go to Meow Wolf and also go to a show. And don't worry about whether you like the music or not. I mean, if you hate it, don't go, of course, but like I think it's just a really wonderful experience regardless, and you get to check out the exhibit as well. So you get to go in, I think like an hour or two before the show, and you can check out the exhibit, and you get to be in part of the exhibit for the show anyways. So I think it's like a cool way to extend the experience. I really love this right now, like a lot. I look exactly like my ears, and I'm digging it hard. I don't love the purple, but it works. Okay, I'm really digging this. What am I gonna do for under my eyes? First I need to fix this, but so I have some of the eyeshadow everywhere. Ah, no, get gone. Oh my god. Okay, well first. I think you're doing this lip color. It's pretty bonkers, but 100% matches my hair. But this face is really, really bright. These eyes, and I kind of don't want to distract from it. So I think I'm gonna do nude lips. I'm gonna do this very, very nude lipstick. Well, you look much darker than I thought you were. Okay, unexpectedly dark. I'm probably gonna take some of this off. Now, what do we do under the eye to tie this all together? I have the blue in my waterline. I think I should buff that blue shimmer under the eye. I wish you could answer me. What do you think would look good? Oh, could you please write down below what you think would look good right now? And then that way, if it doesn't look good, whatever I do, then we can imagine a better world where I did what you suggested. Oh my gosh, and now I'm running late and I gotta catch this Nathaniel Rateliff Mass Awesome Show at Red Rocks. Okay, I'm gonna take that blue and we're gonna press it under here. I like it. We'll go with it. I literally feel like a tropical bird. What is that called? A macaw? What? You know what I'm talking about with the really colorful beak. Okay. And actually, I'm gonna boop a little bit of the gold under here too, because it's falling down anyway, so it'll make it look like I meant to do that. I like how my last day of work, I went crazy multicolored and pastel, and my last day of furlough, it's like the super bright version of that, actually. I didn't do that on purpose, but I guess that's where my brain is. Okay, let's do some liner and mascara and be done with this. Wow, I love this so much. This is so fun. I would not have thought of this look if it wasn't for this headband. So I kind of like the idea of being inspired by a piece of clothing or an accessory or something. I might try that again. Super fun. These are probably one of the more varied colored ears that I got in the pack. But I might find some of the other ones with 2 colors and mix them up anyways. I think this turned out really well. I think this is where a cut crease can really shine, is with such a different lid in comparison to the crease or transition area. Really fun. I feel great. I feel super colorful. What a fun way to say goodbye to my furlough, to be super colorful, crazy, and not like I can't while I'm working anyways if I'm at home, but it's fun. Once again, I know I'm in a truly fortunate position to be starting work again on Monday. I just had 2 weeks of basically forced unpaid vacation. I know not everyone is in the same boat. I saw something written kind of early on in this whole experience, and it was, we're not in the same boat. We're in the same storm. We're not in the same boat, and that's an important thing to remember. So I know we're not all in the same boat, and I hope that whatever boat you're in, that you're doing as well as you possibly can be. Be kind to the people around you. Stay home, and thanks for hanging out.